What matters is life and being happy and doing what makes us passionate. And all these things really became clear to me in the hospital. And like I said, being at a point where I didn't know if I was going to come home. I guess my point of the video is really to not take things so seriously and focus on the important things in life and just really love the life that you're living, because you only get one shot. And like we said about buying an RV, if you want to do it, then god dang it, go do it, because tomorrow isn't promised.
Hey guys, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing. In today's video, we're going to talk about a little update to a previous video regarding MJ's medical issue that she had pretty recently. So you don't want to stick around and listen to what has happened since then. This video is sponsored by Liquid Spring. If you're looking for the very best suspension upgrade for your Class A, Super C, C, or B, look no further than Liquid Spring. We have test-driven Liquid Spring equipped Class A motorhomes, and it is absolutely outstanding.
For our viewers and subscribers, use the code RIDEENDLESSLY and you can save up to $750 off a new Liquid Spring system.
Now, you can get Liquid Spring installed from the factory on Tiffin motorhomes, as well as Holiday Rambler and Fleetwood motorhomes. So definitely get that option if you're ordering one of those motorhomes. Again, if you're looking for the very best suspension upgrade for your motorhome, look no further than Liquid Spring.
So the reason for today's video, we actually weren't planning on doing this, but a lot of people have been reaching out to see how I'm feeling and if I had any medical procedures done after the hospital stay. And so I wanted to make this just to address all those. Firstly though, I really, really want to thank everybody. We got thousands of comments and emails and Facebook messages and Instagram messages. It was unbelievable, the outpouring of support that came from the last video about my hospital scare. So I want to thank all of you. It really meant the world to us. I answered every comment, so thank you so much for reaching out. Now, in some of the comments, I did write that I was going to be having an ablation to scar the part of my heart that was misfiring. Now, really interesting thing happened. This was weird. I had an ablation scheduled about 3 days before that, or 2 days before that. I went through my purse. I don't clean the bottom of my purse a lot because I don't have a lot of stuff in there. I found a paper from an urgent care in Tampa, Florida from the middle of January, from when we were there at the Tampa show, that I had stopped by because I was having symptoms of, it's UTI, whatever. I got an antibiotic there. So I saw the paper. I said, whatever, I don't need this. I ripped it up. I said, wait. Let me go back and look at that and see what antibiotic I took. So I looked, and it was the same antibiotic that put me into the hospital, into the severe anaphylactic shock. So I said, this is weird. Now, because I wasn't sick at the Tampa show, but then we remembered 4 days after the Tampa show, or after the Tampa show started, we headed home and I got sick as a dog for a week. You remember what I was like? I was a mess.
Well, we thought she had COVID.
Yes, and so did the doctors.
Until they tested and there was no COVID, and then the answer was, well, there's something viral going around.
Yeah.
The
right.
kind of cover-all answer.
Yeah, I was sick as a dog for a week. Not as nearly as bad as I was.
Well, you were pretty sick.
I was.
I remember you said that's as sick as I've been in a long time.
Yeah. We realized that the medication did affect me then. So it got me thinking, and I said, wait a minute. If the medication hit me that hard then, and then the same thing happened this time, well, actually even way worse this time, this AFib and this atrial flutter and all these heart issues and everything may not have to be around forever. Maybe they were caused by the medication, and I could maybe work my way through this. Go ahead.
Now, for anybody that's new to this video, you may not have watched our last video. We'll link it above. So MJ had no history of AFib prior to this incident about a month ago. Literally she worked out in the morning and was in the hospital in the afternoon. To me, just too much a coincidence that she took this med and then all of a sudden is literally in the hospital, with a cardiac team around her. And then she goes back and looks at the med that got her really sick a couple of weeks prior. So just too much coincidence.
Right, so I called Izzy and I told him this. He said, you really should think twice about doing this irreversible procedure that if you could still do it, but why don't you talk to Dr. Weiss? Now, who's Dr. Weiss? Dr. Weiss is My old primary care doctor, he's a plant-based doctor. Now, we eat pretty much whole foods plant-based, and he's a genius. This guy's a genius.
Now, he's an MD, so he's not a shaman.
He's not like a
he's
quack
an MD,
or anything.
a legitimate internist.
Yeah, and he's on staff at the hospital close by us, but I hadn't seen him in a while, so I reached out to him, and immediately I knew I had to go back to him, and we were discussing things, and he said, yes, let's give your body time to heal. This could completely have been caused by your anaphylactic reaction to the medication. My liver numbers went to 1300. He said, of course your heart was probably inflamed as well. Anyway, I knew I made the right decision. So I did not have the ablation, a little adjusting on medication, and I have been feeling really well. Now, do I feel 100%? No, but I'm way better than I was. I haven't had any heart episodes in a while.
I think it's something very important when he told you the medication you were on that he got you off. That's really important. And that's kind of the reason why we're doing this video.
Right. So I'm not going to get into a whole conventional medicine thing, but I tend to, if you don't take care of yourself, I wouldn't put, the hospitals do take care of you with like we say, with acute things. For chronic issues or long-term issues or something that's really serious like this, you really have to be an advocate for yourself. And these doctors were pushing ablation, go. And that's fine, maybe down the line, but it's been a month. And I really want to try to see if my diet, exercise, meditation, everything else could maybe work my way through this. And if it doesn't, then fine. Then I will look into the ablation. But I got to give my body a chance.
Now, the medication you're on that you're no longer on, which is pretty important.
Yes. So,
which the doctors didn't tell you.
Right.
From the hospital.
A lot of people were asking me what medication I took. So what I'm on right now is metoprolol. So that is a very safe medication, and it is helping keep my heart rate at bay. And the doctors wanted me to start in the hospital. They wanted me to take flecainide. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Well, maybe fortunately, because my liver numbers were through the roof, and it wouldn't be safe. So I got on that after I left the hospital, and I started, within a few days, noticing these weird symptoms. Like my eyes were like...
More reactions.
Yeah, like weird stuff going on. It was flecainide. So I called the doctor. I said, something's off. So they told me to stop. I stopped it. And Dr. Weiss actually kind of adjusted my metoprolol. And like I said, I've been doing really well since then. I have started exercising again, and I'm so happy. I had started just walking slowly and this and that. But yesterday was my first real workout. Now, I run 5 miles, no problem. I do like step aerobics, 45 minutes. My heart is pumping. Yesterday, I did a body project on YouTube. That's a great exercise channel. I did a senior citizens workout. And I'm not embarrassed to say it because I wanted to go slow, right? So I did it and it went well. And then today I did another workout where I really started pushing myself a little bit more, some squats and, again, but I know myself. I watch my heart rate on my Apple Watch and I'm feeling good. So I'm definitely headed in the right direction. So our plan is to, in a month, I will go back to Dr. Weiss after my first appointment the other day, and we will evaluate and see how I'm doing, and then we'll make plans moving forward. But nothing's on or off the table. It's just waiting and seeing, and I feel really happy that I did that, and I thank you for making me think twice about it, and I think we're going to be on a good path. I really think with my diet and my exercise and my way of living, I will be able to come through this without surgery, because again, my heart is structurally sound. I'm really healthy. So this was just, we think a reaction to this medication.
Yeah, the whole surgery thing never sat well with me. MJ's had some other issues before that doctors wanted to do surgery, and she didn't do it, and it turned out just fine. So we're not lecturing anybody. We're just telling what MJ did, and that, hopefully it works out this way. And if she has to have an ablation, then so be it. But at least all avenues were looked at before she does that. But she's doing really well. Dr. Weiss is confident that she's going to pull through this with a sound heart and no surgery. So anyway, in the comments below, let us know, did you like us doing this video? Also, let us know if you've had any medical encounters where you were told something by doctors and you proved them wrong. Right?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Current conventional medicine is drugs, surgery, and it doesn't always have to be that way.
Well, the one answer you got from, we won't name the doctor, was that it's not going away unless you get ablation. That essentially was the answer.
Right, and I'm not convinced of that yet. So it's an ongoing story, we'll see. But again, I wanted to make this because we were getting a lot of people reaching out. Again, Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for caring and reaching out. It's really, really appreciated.
So for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.